Good afternoon. I am at Roche State Park in Wisconsin. Reference point, I am northwest of Westfield and east of Buckhorn State Park, somewhere between the two. Main attractions here, there is a campground. We'll take a look at that. There is also Petroglyphs. This is the only place that I'm told in Wisconsin with above ground petroglyphs. There are some underground and in caves. So we'll take a look at those, and there's an observation deck. We'll look around, see what we find. Let's go. It's hard to see that there's a trail over here, but yeah, look for the guy. Find him, find the trail. So as I'm following the spring pepper trail, spring pepper trail from the office, I'm following along. Next to me is a river on my left that's very snaky. At some point, I think it almost meets up with this, right about the point where I'm going to go right to see the petroglyphs. Okay, so I called it a river, probably the wrong word. Stream or a creek. It's probably more the appropriate word. There's a little picnic table down here because there's a parking area right over there. So I could have driven over here. Very quiet little stream. That is all sand bottom in there. So if you go wading in, you're gonna get over the rocks, but then it's just all sandy bottom. Very pretty little creek. Good access point down here. And it's pretty deep right there, so you kind of, if you want to, you could probably swim here with no problem. Certainly no signs telling you otherwise. Now, we're going to cross the street. That's the parking area. And see the petroglyphs. Well, here's the wall of petroglyphs, or the wall of graffiti, however you want to look at it. There are, these show, you can see them, what the different true historical ones are. And then there's a few, like the oldest 1845 of Westerners moving in 1861, and a few others. They help you find these in the mix. This one, unfortunately, is now under JSF. And if I look right here, I can see a couple of canoes. There's a couple more canoes there. Over here in red is this one. There are a whole bunch of little pockmarks that are from 1845 when there was a cavalry sharpshooter camp here, and they use this as target practice. And then there's just a ton of other graffiti laid on top that makes it really hard to discern what is historical and what is just modern graffiti. So please don't write it, don't carve on the sandstone. It's just not cool, and I do believe it's illegal, especially in a historical site like this. Alright, so this one can kind of be seen right in there. There's a bunch of other, I don't know what, but like I said, there's a couple canoes here. There are some bird prints up there. And to protect a lot of this, they are really pushing you to stay on the trails. So I'm walking the trail that goes to the right of the petroglyphs to walk around the mound to the hike up to the top. Right behind here, some campsites. This trail goes right by the campground. And let me go check right now, tell you which campsites are right off this trail. So site 28 and 29 are right by the trail. This looks pretty primitive and an old campground. I mean, I don't even know where you're supposed to park a car here. Just kind of in here, but it's all very slopey. Over here is 30. Got the campground smell from the fire pits out here. 30 looks a little more level, more usable. I'll do a drive around after I hike to the top and take a look at the rest of the campground. So I stood in front of the petroglyphs for a little while, analyzing, trying to find all the little hidden things within and amongst the modern graffiti. And what I did notice is I was waiting to be able to film without people coming and going, and even then I still had some kids running past. That there was a lot of people coming and going, a lot of people coming to see it, and a lot of people using the selfie stand, the Scenic Wisconsin selfie stand, because Wisconsin looks better with you. And only about 10% of them actually took the time to even look at the wall and try to find anything on it. They got their selfies, but they don't know what they took a selfie in front of. So if you're gonna come here, take the time. Otherwise, why are you coming to this spot? There's lots of other state parks and natural areas to go explore with some beautiful views. But if you're going to go to the history, take a moment, only takes 5-10 minutes, learn a little something, and then move on. Rant over. I'm in a baby pine forest right now. So I walk around the other side of what they're calling a mound. It's more like an outcropping in the middle of nowhere. Feel the burn. I think I'm almost there. Let this be a warning for you. 300 steps. There are a couple benches along the way. I'm almost there. Better be a view. Quite see through those trees. Falls is over there. The Cedar Mound over there. Mill Bluff is out over there. Target Bluff, is that what they call it? So today is a little unusual for me. I stopped here on my way back home from another trip, and it's a Sunday and it's busy here. And I realize why I do most of my videos on a weekday, because in order to talk to you and explain what's going on and not looking like a crazy man in front of everybody, or them being self-conscious because I'm filming and they can't be themselves, I have to wait and wait and wait for the places to clear out. And well, that viewpoint wasn't clearing out. So what this rock outcropping is in the midst of these flatlands is sandstone that at one time had a harder rock surface on it that protected it for a long time from erosion, that everything else around here is eroded away. There are a bunch of these little rock outcroppings dotted along the horizon. Some I have covered before, some I have stopped at other rest stops that you can go exploring, and they are kind of bizarre in this flat area out here. But they're very soft stone and very easy to carve into, and that's why down there at those petroglyphs they have been so vandalized, because it was easy to vandalize. It's not hard rock, and eventually all of this will erode away too. It'll take a while, not in my lifetime. Yeah, that's a lot of steps I'm slowly going down. So one thing to note as I was gazing out and looking out over the horizon here, it's all wooded. But this is all an area that was grassland originally, until the European settlers came. It was just wide open grassland that would regularly burn, and the trees never got to take root. Once the European settlers got here, they started farming and started controlling those fires, and everything that they weren't farming started to grow into forests. So it's not what it used to be. It's just different, a different ecosystem now. And there was a massive wildfire that swept through, I think was 77, and I noted it in another video. I'll put a link up there to that one, and it's at a rest stop. There's sort of a memorial of it outside of Black River Falls, where in just a couple hours a big chunk of this prairie, just, well, not really prairie, should have been prairie, but it's all wooded now, just went up in flames. So the decking is aluminum, so it plays a tune as you walk on it. The last step's a doozy. All right, we're gonna do finish this off with a campground tour. Small campground. I think it's fairly primitive. It's a simple loop with another road down the middle. So we'll go around the outer loop first, and then we'll go back up the middle. All right. So this is just in the right as you come in from the main entrance before you get to anything else. But you can take the trail off the back from some of the campsites or between the campsites to go to the Petroglyphs and up to the viewpoint. And there's a lot of other trails I did not cover. All right, going to the right. Oh, I think part of this might already be closed. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, on my right is Site 1. Not level. Let's put it that way. Site 3 on my right. I missed Site 2. Site 3 is fairly small. Site 4 has a travel trailer. Oh, what site's? Oh, 2 is on my left before the travel trailer. Ah, the numbers are confusing me. Site 5 on my right is fairly large. Site 6 on my right has a travel trailer in it right now. Got a pit toilet on my left. Site 7 looks fairly level, not very big. And definitely wants you to stay on the site. Site 8 is the accessible site right next to the pit toilet. And it's all paved. Site 9 on my right, kind of deep in the woods there. Not very big, none of these are big. Site 11 on my right, site 10 on my left. Again, fairly small. You can probably squeeze back something in there though. All of them will be great with a tent, but you know, here I am Sunday afternoon. I don't know if anybody's tenting out here. Site 12 on my left, fairly straight. Site 13 on my right, that's a fairly large one. Got some more room there. Site 15 on my right. Got a bit of room there. Oh, that one's got power. Oh, some of these have electric. Site 14 on my left has electric. I missed that. So they're not completely primitive. What's on my right here? Site 16 on my right. Now, sites 26 through 41, so I think there's 41 sites, are straight ahead, and that's where the path is that connects to the trails. But it's closed, probably for the season, because we are at the end of the season now. Now we're going to 17 through 25. Let's see, I got a van on my left in 18, 17 on my right. Not too big, not too small. 18 has quite a bit of room. 19 on my right, not level. Not level. Large, but not level. 20 on my left, mid-size. 21 on my right, very small. That's a small site. Maybe squeeze a pop-up in there. I got a wood shack on my left, path to the toilets. 22 on my right. Looks unused. Some of these don't look like they get a lot of love. Oh, there's a playground in the middle here on my left. 23 on my right. It looks like somebody backed right up to the fire ring on that one. 25 on my right is fairly large, but they do really want you to stay in your site. They're trying to restore the area between sites and cut down the little paths between them. 24 on my left is fairly large, but not level. It's got quite a bit of an uphill slope there. Got a water source on my left. What is over on my right? I think I'm coming back to the junction. Yep, and over to my right is the exit to the section that is closed. So that's half the campsite. That's all I can give you. Sorry about that. But I did walk you through some of those sites that are now closed. Well, that's going to wrap it up from Roche State Park. I said it right in the beginning. I know I did. My French, not so good. So, thanks for coming along on the journey. I hope you got something out of it. Know if you want to come here or not. Know if you want to climb the 300 steps. It's a lot. And the view's half obscured. At least you get some view up there. The petroglyphs we're seeing, well, they still exist. Hopefully they don't get more graffiti and damage done to them. That's pretty sad. So if you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to know more stops like this. Please do. It helps you, helps me. And we'll see you on the next journey. Get on out there.